Hey, everything's Peachy Keen here. We're finally getting around to showing you some of our peach collection. And we're going to be giving a slideshow. And peach is one of our favorite fruits. Now, what we do, Meredith, is we used to with children, these programs, we would have some real food item and then some fake ones. So can you tell us which ones?
Am I a children?
Yeah, it'd be, yeah. What do we got here?
Okay, now here we got, ooh, very lightweight.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
it really does look like
real.
a peach, doesn't it? Fuzzy.
Yeah. And this one, whoa, waxy.
Yeah, that's a candle, it looks like.
And this one, heavy.
Yeah, so it's some sort of stone or metal, yeah.
And this one, also heavy.
What's
So
that
where are
one?
we?
What's that one there?
This one,
Look at that.
wooden.
Yeah, it's a wooden peach.
Yes.
Look at the little one there.
This tiny little one is also big and heavy.
And there's one way over there. What's that one made
This
of?
one?
Yeah. That's
Somebody
some
sewed it.
sort of a cloth, yeah.
Are you sure that's a peach?
Yeah. So which one's the real peach? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is this precious white peach. They're not available very often, in a short season. And I'm gonna taste it. We out here in New Mexico, we don't get white peaches very often, so this is the last one. So I'm gonna pause this and have a taste. So here we are, the white peach. This is the last one that I could find in the market. I just love eating. This is out of my childhood.
Where was your childhood, Tom?
Jersey.
New Jersey.
So we used to have orange or yellow peaches. This is the white one out of California. I never had that, but
Doesn't look all that white, does it? Or am I crazy? Well,
now this is
you say so.
This is a clingstone. There's two kinds, clingstone and freestone. The white peaches are clingstone. The stone clings to the fruit sticks to the stone.
It doesn't want to let go.
I can see it's clinging. It's so good. The yellow peaches are freestone. See, I still can't get that out. They lift out easily. We're going to be talking about that in the slideshow. But anyway, yellow or white, this is out of my childhood. So I'm going to finish that one. So we don't get, as I said, this comes from California. We don't get white peaches here in New Mexico very often, so I really try to look for them and get them. Let's look at the slideshow here about peaches. Now these kids, this is from the 19th century Rembrandt Peale, I think, or 18th century. Look at them. So peaches, 8,000 to 10,000 year history in China. Revered symbols of mortality. They travel along the Silk Road. Despite the scientific name, Persica, Prunus persica, it means Persian plum. They actually come from China, but they came through Persian lands, which is where the Romans got the idea for them. Symbol of long life. Look at this lovely image of a peach in bloom and a pheasant. Frequently used to ward off evil spirits. The peach tree, peach blossoms spread along the Silk Road, as we said. Expanded all throughout Europe. The Spanish brought it to the New World. Here's a different peach tree. The peach blossom, it blooms before the leaves, which is what the Chinese always thought was significant. So yeah, that's unusual, isn't it? The blossoms before the leaves. There's the peach wood. So it became Native Americans completely adopted it as an important part of their diet. It spread rapidly in the 17th century. Colonial Thomas Jefferson was a big proponent of it. And the first commercial farms were Maryland, Delaware, and Georgia. Look, here's Isleta Pueblo, this is just south of Albuquerque, drying their peaches. They had the peach orchard. Peach Town was the nickname of an Iroquois native village in the Adirondacks, and this is such a sad story. They were famous for their peach orchards, but George Washington, the Cayugas, the Iroquois were siding with the British in the Revolutionary War. So George Washington sent this guy Sullivan to destroy these villages and crops. The American troops got there. They were impressed with how advanced the communities were agriculturally, in terms of the way that they had the villages, and they destroyed it. George Washington got the nickname Toil and Destroyer. This site is remembered today by the people at Wells College in Aurora, which is the community of the soldiers were impressed by the sophistication of the orchards, which were well cultivated and far more extensive than many of theirs at home. And this is such a sad story, but it happened. Oh, and George Washington so once these people, the native people, had to move elsewhere, George Washington, after the war, rewarded these lands to his soldiers. Then moving to about the Civil War era, the U.S. Army wanted to remove the Navajo from their land in the western New Mexico and eastern Arizona, and they wanted to get access to the land and the resources there, so they had to move the Navajo. The Navajo were rounded up and moved to the eastern part of the state, and where they were supposed to learn how to be farmers. It was a complete disaster. But to round them up, Kit Carson was assigned to basically any of the Navajos didn't surrender and agree to move to the eastern part of the state. They were slaughtered, and their sheep were slaughtered, and their peach orchards were destroyed. Basically an ethnic cleansing and almost a genocide. Very sad story. And once it was determined that this was a disaster, and the Navajo were allowed to go back to their homelands, and they were guaranteed their land forever, a reservation for them. They were given sheep and all that, but they said, "Look, we can forgive the U.S. government for everything except destroying our peach orchards. Sheep you can rear in a season. Peach orchard takes a generation to grow. So never forgive the U.S. government." But this woman, Reagan Waslasusi, I think I messed her name up. She's Navajo. She's learned how to, or studied, and restoring the traditional peach horticulture to these lands, and there's a link, and we'll send that link to you. She's doing extraordinary work. So yeah, we were just talking about white versus yellow peaches. The white style peaches has the clingstone, and the yellow has the freestone. China is the world's leading producer of, that's where it originated. You can see Spain and Turkey. It's part of the rose family. This is something. These are water towers that are in the shape of peaches. One of them on the left is in Alabama, the peach capital of Alabama celebrates it. And then the other one is in Gaffney, South Carolina, nicknamed the peach capital of South Carolina. And this is 135 feet, just right on the highway. Yeah, I was just talking about my experience in growing up with Jersey fresh peaches, which was one of the great things of growing up in Jersey, New Jersey, was the peaches and making peach ice cream and all that. Georgia has always been known as a peach state. And look at that cap there. Georgia, the Columbus, Georgia minor league team are known as the Clingstones, which we just talked about. This would be the white peach that I was just eating. There's their mascot, Fuzzy. I love that. And aren't these shirts great and the caps? Doesn't this look great looking team in the peach colors? You can see the peach colors right there. And the green leaves and the pinkish orange. That's sort of more orange than pink. Yeah, everything's peachy with the Columbus clingstones. And here's the expression, everything's peachy. Everything's going well, excellent, great, just peachy. Optimistic, peachy keen is then the other thing here. Look at this, peachy keen ice cream. And this phrase grew out of two slow slang words. Peachy dating back to at least the 1900s. Peachy was used to describe wonderful things, drawing on the idea of peach being sweet, beautiful, and desirable. And then keen, popularized in the 20s and 30s. Keen was youth slang for something sharp, smart, fine, or splendid. So smashing them together in the 50s, the double positive. Peachy keen. Peachy keen is that this peach here. They're gonna have a little bit more of it. So Atlanta, Georgia was the host city for the 1996 Olympic Games. And of course, the shirts featured peaches, and the license plate for many years. Georgia had a big peach, and then said the peach state. Georgia on My Mind is a famous song and expression with a peach. Look at this, marking the spot where the Olympic Games are. Georgia, absolutely peachy. Georgia also hosts the Peach Bowl football game at the holiday season. Look at this pin. Peaches roadside stands. I may be a peach, but please don't bite me. Peach is a reference to, I guess, a attractive female. Now, the Rockford Peaches, 1945. This was the first professional women's sport team, and there was 1945, a famous team. We'll do a whole show on those. That's fun. So here's back to the Chinese. Chinese originated, domesticated, and have been 8 to 1,000 years. Look at Taiwan's famous for their peaches. Look at this peach grove in China. Picking at this little guy. Epitaph for a Peach is a story of 4 seasons on a family farm. It's a wonderful book. Now, the French, outside Paris, not exactly the place, climate for growing peaches, so they developed these peach farms behind a series of walls. Still there, it's a food heritage site. Here they are growing the peaches in the pots. And look at this, peaches under glass. I didn't really know about this. I don't know if they're still doing that. I'll have to look that up. This, by the way, is this wonderful series of books we have. Commercial Gardening is from the 1901, I think. Gosh, I think that's it. I think we've covered it. Look, if you like these shows, you can subscribe. They're free on YouTube. You can tell your friends. You can like us. You can send us messages and suggestions and notes. Always happy to share what we have from the Food Museum. And today was peaches. And I'm gonna, look at that. I'm gonna go back to this. All right, see you next time.